Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today we are doing another get ready with me. This time we are going to be shopping my stash and using some products that I don't normally use in my routine. Some stuff that I need to get some use out of, and we're going to be making kind of a Christmas look with this palette, the Oden's Eye. Last week we used the Merry Christmas one, and this week we are going to be using the Christmas Eve palette. So this is what the palette looks like right here. And this is what it looks like on the outside. It is a very beautiful palette, a very good palette, one of their best palettes, I would dare to say. I'm going to start off from the very beginning. I don't have any, well, I do have my primer on my face, but I'm going to start off by putting on this Urban Decay Luminizer on my face. I have my face primer on, but I don't have my eye primers on. This I do put on every day. So I just thought we would start from the very beginning. I am not ready for Christmas. I have some things for my daughter. My daughter and my son are the main ones that I am gifting for this year. And a couple of friends. I don't really exchange gifts with most of my family, besides my kids. So we put that luminizer on. Give us a nice soft glow from within. I put my sweater on because it is kind of chilly. Kind of chilly this morning. But it will probably, it's supposed to, my dad was telling me it's supposed to get down to freezing numbers again tomorrow. I haven't checked the weather on my phone app yet, but then it's supposed to be nice and springy yet again by midweek next week, or more like fall temperatures. So we shall see about that. It is part of the joy of living in Texas. Okay, I'm going to put on some eye primer. This video might be a little longer than usual because I am putting on my eye primers too. And I've got, that was the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation. And I have got the Essence Under Eye, Bright Eyes Under Eye Stick that I'm going to be using on my under eyes. So this is going to be an unedited video, as are most of my videos. I am going out to an early dinner or late lunch with a friend later. Where I will be wearing this look. My best guess is that it is in Korean barbecue place. I've never been to a Korean barbecue place. Well, it's called Sea Pots. So I'll have to see and report back about this place. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a ranking video where I will be ranking the last 15 new palettes that I used over the last several months. Okay, we shall begin. Now those are things that I use on the regular. We shall begin by taking a sip of Diet Sprite, or Sprite Zero. I still call it Diet Sprite. And I want to use my number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Serum Foundation. It is probably one of my favorite ones that you can buy at the drugstore. You can usually find it at Walgreens. I think it is a Walgreens specific brand. This is in the shade Calico. I tried buying their stick foundation, but I don't like their stick foundation as much as their cream foundation. But it goes on very nicely. It stays all day. It looks very natural on the skin. I can't say that they have a great shade range. At least not in the store. They might on the website. But this is a good match for me. And I really like it. Okay. For concealer, I have the Merit down, but I use the Merit all the time. Let us shop around here. And let's use the Good Apple concealer. This is in shade 103, and I used to use this one all the time. I don't know if they still make this one or not. I got this in a very, very fair color. And I'm just going to put it under my eyes. And it is a very good concealer. Very good what are we trying to say? High coverage concealer. Very nice coverage on this concealer. Just gonna bring some of it down here. I've always liked this concealer. Maybe I should bring it out more often. Although, I don't know if it's best for dry skin. But it looks very nice. It looks very nice. We need another Sprite break. Okay, we are going cool toned today. So I brought out my Essence Baby Got Bronze bronzer because I haven't used this in a hot minute, and it smells like watermelon Jolly Ranchers. But it is very cool toned. It is very cool toned bronzer that I like to keep around. And we're going to buff that out with my bronzer brush. My favorite bronzer brush. Which I think this isn't it. Yeah, it's an IT Cosmetics brush. So we are just gonna work this out. Do you have everything ready for Christmas? It's probably going to be a light year this year, too. My kids just got a lot for their birthday, which was in November. Oh, I still love that bronzer. Very nice. And that concealer, that's a brightening concealer. Only because I got it in such a light shade. Okay, what I got for blush and highlight is something I picked up in the springtime, which was from NARS. This is their Hot Escape cheek palette. There were like 4 of them, and this is the second one. This is number 2, and I'm going to be using this blush right here, which is in the shade Topless. Yes, Topless. Oh, I still got the little thing here. No, wait, that's not it. It is in Dominant. Dominant. Topples is the blush topper. It also has a bronzer in there. And I'm going to be using the highlighter that is in there too. So we got this nice blush going on here. But before I put on the highlighter, I'm going to use some powder and set this all down. I'm just using the Sephora collection loose setting powder and translucent. This is a very nice powder. Not too matte. Of course, I'm going to set this down with some setting spray too. The Patrick Star, the one size powder melt powder. Setting spray, setting spray. Wow, my under eyes really are bright. I'm not used to that. I've gotten used to using the Tower 28. The Tower 28 concealer, which is not as brightening. Put a little more blush on. Okay, and then we're going to use this highlighter called Electra. First, I'm going to set this down with the powder melt. And yes, I do use a lot. The powder melt spray. And let's do the eyebrows next while this is setting. I'm not using anything new, just my big bush brows. Eye tint in the shade Dark Japes. I need to get my eyebrows waxed, probably next week. And my Sephora clear eyebrow gel. This is an eyebrow gel that I totally recommend. Okay, let us move on to the highlighter, the Electra highlighter. Oh my gosh. If they still have this for sale on the NARS website, I say totally pick it up if it is on sale. Okay, I'm going to take my Hourglass. This is actually the Dare palette. Actually, it is the Dare palette in the Swan palette. And I'm going to take which ones are the finishing powders? 1 and 2. 1 and 2. I'm going to take these finishing powders and run them along my face. Okay, so I think I have a nice smooth look on my thing. Let me check my mirror here. Yeah, looking pretty good. What do we have for lips? We have using the Wherever Walnut. No, that's Anywhere Caffeine. The Wherever Walnut lip liner. I'm just going to fill in my lips. This is from Makeup Forever. Did I already say that? I'm sorry. And then I'm going to use this shade called Rosewood Glow from Makeup by Mario. This plumping lip gloss. And so we have the base face done. And of course, I just finished my lips. And I want to take a drink from this straw and mess up my lips and my straw. Okay. We'll just wipe that off though. Wipe the hands down. And we will get into this palette. I think we're making good time. The shades that I want to use from this are this yellow shade here called Limo Tart. Limo Tart. I want to use this Nightfall shade here. I want to use this Christmas Eve shade here. And I want to use this Snowlights here. And I want to use this shade Snowflake in my inner corner, if I can remember. I always tend to forget to put in the inner corner highlight, but I'm going to try to remember this time. Okay, we are starting off with Nightfall. And we are putting it in the crease here. Very nice color. Gonna tap it out soon. Blend it out some, whatever you want to say. Then I'm going into that Limo Tart. I'm going to work it in to the inner corner, to the inner part of my eye. For some lightness on the inner part of my eye. I'm gonna pack it, start packing it in. So we kind of have the daylight in the Christmas, going into the Christmas Eve sunset. Daylight into evening time. That is my interpretation. Okay, then we are going into Christmas Eve, into the eve part of the evening. Very nice blend. These really were their best Christmas palettes. I think I like this one even better than last week's palette. Oh my gosh, this just makes it makes things so easy. This formula just makes things so easy. I'm going back into that Nightfall shade. Because I don't want to lose any of that Nightfall shade. This is such an effortless look. Okay, I'm going into Snowlight and putting that as my shimmer. The sun fading onto the snow. We don't see much snow where I'm from, but we did have a white Christmas one year. Christmas. Okay. Effortless. Just absolutely effortless. Okay, we're going to take, where is that brush? We're going to take that Christmas Eve color and put it on the lower lash line. When you have good formulas, making the eye look should not be complicated. It just should not be complicated at all. Okay, and then I'm going to take that snowflake color and put it in the inner corner. Just like that. Beautiful. Beautiful and easy. Blue and yellow. Blue and golden look. I'm going to put on some eyeliner. I'm going to put on my mascara. I'm going to put on my wig. I'm going to clean my brushes. And I'm not going to make you sit through that whole process. So I will be right back. Okay, so this is the final look that I've got going on here. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I think we have a successful Shop My Stash look. Now, you're probably wondering why don't you show us your stash, Jennifer? Because you say you do a Shop My Stash video, but you don't go and show us your stash. Well, because my stash looks like this, and most of it is sitting here on my desk. I have drawers over there, but they're not filled right now. Most of my stash is here at my desk. And I could show you my desk, but it is a little bit in disarray, and I don't want to get like, oh, you're filthy, oh, you're messy, oh, you've got too much stuff, kind of comments. So I will just leave it to just showing you what I'm using, just to showing you what I have already picked out from my stash. So I'm not one of those really one of those influencers that's like got the really what do you call it? I'm not it, so I don't know the word, but you know, has everything in its place, and everything has its place, and everything is in its place kind of people. So I'm not one of those people. So you will just have to bear with me. So when I show you what I picked out from my stash, that is what is coming from my stash. So that is how we do my Shop My Stashes here. So just let me know what you think of my look. And I think it came out pretty successfully. And again, this is the palette that I used. And organized. I'm not organized. No, I'm not organized. In fact, that word doesn't even come into my head when I think about things. So I'm so not that. I'm just not an organized person. That I have such a hard time coming up with that word that it just is not in my, it's just not in my vocabulary. Okay, so that is the palette. Let me know what you think. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. Please do all the YouTube things that you can think of, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, sending you out all of the good vibes and Christmas energy that I can think of, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, goodbye.